Hey, hi, Marsha Grace here, your modern meditation mentor or miracle mastery mentor, whichever you prefer. Anyway, hi, it's Friday. I'm here as always. And today we're going to get back to basics because I haven't spoken about this in quite a while because I've been talking a lot about our mental and spiritual aspects and not so much about our physical aspects. And that's just as important. That we nurture all three aspects of our beingness, right? So today I just want to talk about, actually, and the reason that I decided to do this was because yesterday, being of a certain age, I read the AARP newsletter, and they had an article about the 4 natural stress remedies for right now. And I said, perfect. That's a perfect topic because I've talked about this so many times, but I think it's always good to have another reminder, especially as the school year begins for people or, you're getting back from summer vacations or the trips and things like that. So we're getting back to our regular routines, and we want to make sure that our routines are really working for us. So here's some reminders of the 4 things, just 4 things today that we want to do so that we can stay in our best shape mentally, physically, and spiritually. So the first thing is fueling up with the right foods. So eating is, and I love to cook. I really enjoy chopping and peeling. To me, it's a very meditative process. So I enjoy that aspect of eating, which is the preparation as well as the eating too. And but what are we eating? That's the question. So here they mention in the article that fatty fish is really, really important for anxiety because, we're all about releasing stress because that's basically what these 4 items are about. They're about helping us to reduce our stress. So the omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, have been shown to improve symptoms of moderate and major depression and to significantly reduce anxiety, according to this review in JAMA, the JAMA Network Open. So they did clinical trials and they found out that fatty fish and the fish oil too, because it's hard to get enough. So it says you need at least 2,000 grams of fish oil a day of this fatty acids. And so it's hard to get it in food, so we'll need to supplement. And the suggestion is that we get fish oil, but you've got to be careful when you buy fish oil because fish oil, because of the mercury in the water and stuff like that, we need to make sure that it's been tested and that it's mercury free. So look out for that if you're going to get fish oil. Also, probiotic-rich foods, and this is really, really important for the gut-brain continuum, right? Because our bellies need certain kinds of bacteria and creatures in there to do their job and to make our food digest properly and all of that good stuff. So the probiotics are really important. Things like pickles, sauerkraut, kefir, or yogurt. I eat yogurt every single day. Just a couple of tablespoons. In fact, I like to put it on. What I do is I cut up some kind of fruit. It could be anything, whatever I happen to have around. It could be grapes. It could be peaches. It could be watermelon. it could be mangoes. Whatever is around. I cut it up and then I sprinkle. Because another good thing is the nuts and the seeds. So I have a container that I mix a bunch of sunflower and seeds with pepitas and almonds, walnuts, and pecans. That's the mix. So I mix that up, and then I throw a handful of that on top of the fruit, and then I add my yogurt and maybe a little bit of cinnamon is good too. So, and that's a delicious dessert. It could be a lunch, could be a snack, I don't know, whatever you'd want to do with it. But yogurt's really important. And also he mentions here leafy greens and almonds, which I mentioned. So those are all good. And the reason the probiotics are good, it says here, the journal Psychiatric Research suggested a link between probiotic foods and a lowering of social anxiety. Imagine that. But you want to make sure, and this is really, really important, because I was in the supermarket a couple of weeks ago, and I was just about to open the door in the refrigerator to take out my yogurt that I was buying, and this fellow had come along, and he had opened the door first, and he was pulling out lye yogurt, or I don't know, I won't say the brand, whatever brand it was, but I know for a fact that that brand is not, does not contain live cultures. It's first of all, it's got flavoring, it's got sweeteners, and these are the things that are counterproductive to what we want to put in our bodies. So you want to look for yogurt that is sugar-free. So it's you want no flavorings, because as soon as they put vanilla or blueberry or whatever it is they put in there, they add the sugar too. So you don't want that. You want plain yogurt with live active cultures. Okay, so look for that on the label. Read your labels. Read those labels, because somebody said the other day that I was talking to, she said, if you look at the ingredients list and you see on the ingredients list a bunch, like a big long thing, and half of the things you can't even pronounce, you don't want that. Just put it back. You don't want to eat that. That's not good for you. So, okay, so that's why we want to eat probiotic foods. And let's see, I can give you the amounts, but you don't need that. Okay, another suggestion, protein in the morning, because it helps synthesize serotonin, which is a brain hormone responsible for helping lower anxiety and boosting your mood. So that's a good way to start the day, right? And you can get that in 2 eggs, 2 regular, large eggs that you would eat for breakfast. So you can get your protein in the morning and give yourself an energy and a brain boost. So very easily, and without taking any chemicals, without taking drugs, without taking, stuff you just don't want to take. At least I certainly don't want to take that stuff. Okay, so that's the foods, right? That's the first part. Second thing we want to do is we want to meditate. You know me. If you know me, I always talk about meditation. But this is a quick one. Here, this is about mindfulness meditation. There are many different forms of meditation. Here in this particular article, they're mentioning the mindfulness. And the reason is because that meditation is so powerful is because it helps you get into the here and now, to stay here, present, rather than worrying about the past, which is over, or being concerned about the future because it isn't here yet, so why worry? And so being in the now is really where peace is. And that's where your stress gets relieved. We get stressed when we bring in the old stuff, right, from the past, and we start ruminating over it. Why did I do this, and why did they say that, and blah, 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 blah. And it just really is so destructive, because when we do that, we release harmful hormones into our body, and that produces, if it goes on long enough, will get us sick. The body will just get sick. So you don't want to do that. So here in this article, we are given a very quick, easy mindfulness exercise, and this is to bring us into the present. Is this, you go get a citrus fruit, an orange, a tangerine, whatever, something like that, and then use all 5 senses to eat this fruit. So you're peeling the fruit, right? So you're peeling it, so you're touching it, and you're hearing the peel as it rips, right, as it tears apart. And you can smell the juices release as you're opening up the fruit. And then, of course, you're looking at it, right? So you're viewing your sight, And the last one is eating, of course, the taste. So you're going to put it in your mouth and yum, yum, yum. You're going to eat it all up. So, and while in the process of doing all of this, you're paying so much attention. You're focusing so completely on eating this orange. You're in the present moment, and it just removes your anxiety, your current anxiety. You know, it's not gonna hold you all day, most likely, but it's good for reducing that immediate sense of stress. So I like that one. I thought it was a good little exercise. I went to a retreat many years ago, and we had to do a number of things to what we did, trust walks, and it was a blast. We had so much fun, and one of the things we had to do was feed one another. So we had lunch, and we had to actually feed the other person. So so that was an exercise in cooperation, coordination. It was so much fun. And because we were so focused in on, making sure we didn't make the bite too big, or, just the total focus on the moment of what we were doing, it was just so much fun because we were enjoying the moment. And that's the whole point of that. So the more we can do that in many ways, because there are many ways, this is just one of them, that we can keep ourselves present in the moment. Anytime that you're doing anything, the more you can be mindful, the more you can focus in on the task at hand at that moment, and just zero in and let everything else go, the more peace you're going to experience because you're not thinking about anything else. You're just focusing on that, and you're going to find the anxiety goes, the stress goes, and you just get the job done. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's see. Another way to practice a way of lowering your anxiety is to do yoga, and I highly recommend that. I've been doing yoga for 40 odd years probably, or more, and it's just great. I mean, yoga is great for so many things, but it keeps you physically fit. Again, if you have a good yoga teacher who does a good shavasana, which is at the end where you relax, you have that time for that meditative period. So again, you're just bringing everything. But again, you're focusing on what you're doing at the moment, on the exercises, on the stretches, on how positioning your body if you're doing things in the right way. And I love triangle pose, where you reach out and bring yourself down, and it's just wonderful. And you go to your own limit. The beautiful thing about yoga is you do only what you can. You could be in a classroom, somebody standing on their head. You don't have to stand on your head. You could just be putting your head down, doing what you can, taking the stretch or whatever as to the limit that you're comfortable with. And any good yoga teacher will say that to you. So that's a wonderful thing to do on a regular basis. Okay, you want to do it on a regular basis, at least once a week. I mean, yoga is part of my everyday routine, not for an extended period of time, but for at least for a few minutes. Every morning, it's part of my morning ritual of doing some stretches to get the body relaxed and supple and ready to greet the day. So, okay, yoga, wonderful. All right, the third thing, now that we've done the eating and the taking care of the mind, is to stay active, it says. Okay, so especially outdoors. Yeah, I mean, you can do your yoga indoors or whatever. They have goat yoga lately. This is the latest thing. Two crazy yogas I heard about lately, one was goat yoga. So I don't even know how that works because I haven't done it. But I imagine you're hanging around with a bunch of goats and doing yoga. I don't see what else it could possibly be. Sounds pretty crazy. And the other one was doing yoga on the water, on a boogie board, not a boogie board, one of those surfboards. It's long enough that you could lay on it. And imagine trying to do that. Imagine trying to do yoga poses on a board floating in the water. I haven't tried that one either. But there you go. You can try it if you want to. All right. So What else? Okay, so the Journal of Psychiatric Practice found that people who practiced yoga several times a week reported improvements in both depression and anxiety symptoms within 8 weeks. So there you go. I mean, again, it has to be done on a regular basis. All right, the third, staying active outdoors, as I started to say before. And so walking in nature. Walking in nature is just, it revives our love of life, and at least it does for me. I mean, I get out there and I hear the birds singing. I hear look at the greenery, especially at this time of year with all the beautiful things that are growing, and people's properties they're so beautiful. Things are not, some things are not blooming anymore, but we do have fall blooming things, and everything is just lush, because it's been growing all season. So it's just revivifying, and especially if you go for a walk in the woods with the trees. Trees to me are an angelic presence in a physical form. Because they're so reliable, they're so dependable. If you go for a walk on this street at this day, at any time at all, you're going to see the same tree. It's always going to be there, right? It's like, I can count on this tree. Yeah, sorry about that. Technology is great when it works. Okay, so who do we have here? Someone is here. Lewis? Is it Lewis? Hi, Lewis. Nice to see you. All right. Where was I? Okay. Outdoors. We're staying out. We're going outdoors, and we're walking in nature. And the environmental science and technology study showed that there is less tension and depression in people who take a walk outdoors. So. He says, even just listening to bird song can lift your mood. And it's true. It's absolutely true. This morning, I heard a bird song that I had never heard before when I was standing in my kitchen making tea. And I opened the door. It was a little like a tweet. I don't even remember now. But it was a very short little series of sounds. And so I opened the door, and I saw little goldfinches, a bunch of little goldfinches flying around in the trees. And it was the first time I'd seen goldfinches in my backyard. I was like so excited. So just, again, that whole idea of sharing your space with nature, with other living beings that don't have 4 feet, 2 feet like we do. 4-footed creatures are great too. Well, actually, birds have 2 feet, don't they? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore today. All right. Any creatures, all creatures, great and small, are wonderful. Okay, last one, number 4. And this sets you up for good sleep, okay? Because good sleep is essential to all these other things. I mean, you can eat well, but if you're not sleeping, it's going to affect you seriously. So sleep is a really, really important anxiety reducer. Anxiety makes it hard to nod off, to go to sleep in the first place. And then when you're sleep deprived, it makes your mood worse the next day. So it's kind of like a rotating wheel. So you've got to nip that in the bud. Because people with insomnia, it says here, are 17 times more likely to have clinical anxiety than sound sleepers. So, according to the National Sleep Foundation. So, instead of, taking pills or drugs or some stuff to get yourself to sleep, which are going to leave you drowsy and feeling yucky the next day, it suggests here that you try resetting your nighttime routine. So, about an hour or an hour and a half before bed, take a warm bath or shower, okay? Because your body temperature will decrease. This is Michael Bruce, an LA sleep specialist and the author of The Power of When. That's the name of his book, The Power of When. He says your body temperature will decrease once you get out of the tub or the shower, helping produce melatonin naturally. I didn't know that, right? Okay, so that's good to know. And once you've dried off and you're ready to get into bed, no electronic devices, okay? No checking Facebook or doing your stuff, because you need to relax and de-stress. And who knows what you're going to read on there that's going to get you all fired up again. So, try to relax. Read a book. Just let yourself cool down and do something very relaxing and enjoy. Listen to music. Just enjoy the pre-bedtime time. And there's some other things you could do as well. If you have a partner, I guess you can figure that out. All right, so you need time to relax and de-stress. So that's a good thing to do. And you can do some deep breathing exercises. That's, again, relaxing. That deep breathing helps you relax. As soon as you let that breath out, you feel your whole body just go limp, which is great. And that kicks off, he says, a series of physiological changes that aid relaxation, including reducing muscle tension, slowing the breathing rate and heart rate, and lowering your blood pressure and metabolism. Okay, so those are all good things to do. So he recommends a 4-7-8 breath pattern. So there are many, many ways of doing what I call conscious breathing. This one is a 4-7-8, he says, because while you're sitting in a comfortable position, close your eyes, you inhale for the count of 4, then you hold for a count of 7, and then you let go of that breath gently and slowly for the count of 8. So 4 in, 7 hold, and 8 out. And what he says this is good for, he says the slow exhale is very similar to the pace of breathing your body adopts as you're falling asleep. So as a result, you're mimicking the breathing pattern of you starting to go to sleep. So with luck, your body soon will follow, he says. So there you go. Get yourself set for the next day, where you're going to get up and you're going to have your protein-rich breakfast, and you're going to have yogurt and do your yoga or take a walk. You can do all those good things for yourself, right? I hope so. So that was a reminder for today, and I hope that you can put some of these things into practice, and so that you can be more stress-free, you can be more relaxed, you can go through your day just enjoying each moment and knowing that you're in control of your life, right? You are. Not the external circumstances, but you. You make the decisions about how you're going to perceive things. So, and I want to remind you, on Monday, I hope you've seen some of my flyers that are out there, posts that are out there. Monday, I'm going to be starting a series of 4 classes on Monday evenings at 7 o'clock ET on the characteristics or traits of a spiritually conscious person. Okay, so we're going to talk about, we're going to spend 4 weeks talking about these 10 traits. And I'm doing that because I really know that so many people, so many business people want to understand ways that they can live their lives, and I hope that's you, feeling more in control, more peaceful as you go about your day and your business. Because when we're more peaceful, we think more clearly, we make better decisions, we have better relationships, and we're healthier. So all of those things are just so helpful to leading a better life. And so knowing what these traits are is what helps us get there, get to that place where you can feel that way, where you can have a sense of, I'm leading my life in a beautiful, positive way, and I trust the universe to take care of me as I take care of my business. So So I'm excited about that. Monday, 7 p.m. If you look for the flyer there, or if you can't find it, then you can find me and DM me, and I will send you the information so you can register and come and enjoy. As we discuss these wonderful traits that will help you to lead a more fulfilling, happy, peaceful, and successful life. Right? Sounds like a plan? Great. Okay, so remember, as I always say, everything begins with a thought. So I want you to watch your thoughts. Watch those thoughts and eliminate the ones that are giving you any kind of stress. Okay? So have a beautiful day, beautiful weekend ahead and week ahead until I see you next time. Bye for now.